Hey guys! Oh, come on. Hey guys, welcome to Vin's Horrible Gaming, and today we are not gaming. Instead, today what we're going to do is browse the forums and basically read a few posts, and I'm going to speak about them, yada yada yada, and we're going to try to find the worst post ever. Because if you've ever been to Overwatch forums, you know that they tend to decrease your IQ quite rapidly. So let's go ahead and read something. Alright, so this guy is very hated and also... Oh my god! Jesus, you have a lot of free time, man. Okay, let's do this. If we're going to allow her... Oh, this is, by the way, called Can We Have Some Reasonable Nerfs for Pharah? Okay. Chapter 1. If we're going to allow her to hover around in the air for a nearly unlimited time, which is not true, we could have some nerfs to her damage, or at least have the next champion in design be an aerial threat that handles aerial threats as well. Okay, so basically this guy says that she can fly nearly unlimited time. That is not true, because she tends to, she has that boost where she flies high into the air, and then she's extremely easy to pick off by snipers or hit scan, but she's also forced, because of the cooldown and that the fact that she can hover forever, she is forced to go down, making her much easier target when she's not as high as she could be. So it's not as difficult to take her down. Now, as far as her damage goes, the damage actually is compensated by the fact that you need to pre-aim quite a lot with her. And to be honest, for example, me, I don't like playing as Pharah because I just can't get these kills. For me, flying high in the air when it's hard to get hit is also very ineffective because the players are constantly moving, you need to predict where they are going to be. It's just a mess. Now, or at least have the next champion in design be an aerial threat that handles aerial threats as well. Now, this reminds me of the same paradox like that guy who had mouses in his house, so he bought a falcon to get rid of the mouses, and now he needs something to get rid of the falcon. That is the same thing. If we're going to have a new aerial threat, maybe someone who has like an aerial hit scan, which by the way would be an absolute nightmare, he would be a nice counter for Pharah, but he would also replace Pharah completely. So I'm not quite sure if this is the right solution, but let's just keep on going. Honestly speaking, Pharah is probably the most brain-dead hero I've ever fought in Overwatch, with Symmetra in second. Not to drag and offend Symmetra mains, but both of these characters require a low skill ceiling to play well, and on a higher skill cap. These characters are unreasonable. Pharah in particular just requires a player to have knowledge of the map, reasonable management of her jetpack cooldowns, and a decent aim to do well. At the very least, Symmetra's strength only works with certain team comps. Now, I'm a reasonable guy, and you are absolutely talking garbage here, man. So, most brain dead hero. So she's brain dead, but she still, needs, knowledge of the map and reasonable management and aim. But none of that is important for something like Symmetra, okay? Like Symmetra does not need a knowledge of map. Well, yeah, okay, sorry. She needs to know where to place her teleporters so that they are easily defendable and not so visible and easily discovered by the enemy team. So she requires that. Also, Symmetra doesn't have to watch her cooldowns because she almost doesn't have any important ones. And she does not need aim. But yet, Pharah is worse. Now, We're probably going to play Pharah in the future, where I'm going to show why this is probably not an overpowered hero. Um, Now, Symmetra's strength works only with certain team comps. That also goes with Pharah. If you have a team that has good snipers, good hit scans, and so on, you're going to take her down super easily. So, easy peasy. The key word here, teamwork, is a situational counter to Pharah. I've come across groups who worked well and still can't handle Pharah because she's just incredibly difficult to pin down. Counters like McCree, Widow, Soldier 76, Genji, even Ana are highly situational. A Pharah that is elusive stays elusive until that player himself decides to make a mistake. That's not true. You know, uh, you still don't really get it. If you have a soldier that is better than the Pharah, you can take her down easily. If you have a Pharah that is better than Pharah, you can take her down easily. If you have a Widow that is better than the Pharah, you can take her down easily. Now, this completely also Genji is not her counter at all. He's an assassin. Like, I honestly can't imagine a Genji going against Pharah and be even considered her counter, but whatever. I think it's just how you play. For example, I can't take down Pharahs. Like, it's fine as long as they are not like high in the air, and if they don't have mercy, then it's fine. If they are flying high in the air and they do have mercy, it is problematic. Except, if the mercy is just buffing damage and doing nothing else. Come team fights. A Pharah with Barrage will absolutely shred through anything and everything. All she has to do is wait for tanks, defense heroes to set up a point of control or battle, and she proceeds to ult and receive play of the game. Imagine this. Teamfights in Overwatch are generally very messy on its own, with threats happening on the ground. It's pretty hard to focus on aerial threats. This is why someone in the team has to focus her, and what happens when that someone can't focus her? She mows down your frontliners and everyone else. Now, this only depends on who you're playing. For example, when I played Roadhog and she ults, I either hook her immediately or just shoot her with an alt fire. It really depends. Her barrage is not overpowered. It's the exact opposite. She deals damage, but she deals it only in front of herself, meaning that if someone manages to escape and like shoot her in the head, or if you turn around and immediately fire against her, you're still going to kill her and maybe save most of your team. So no, it is not overpowered. In fact, the only reason why a game is lost is because Pharah was a menace. What the hell? And I don't blame my teammates for not having a reasonable strat in dealing with her, because I know for a fact that oh my god, something in my eye. They tried very hard to take her down. The problem lies in Pharah, a hero that has it all: damage, safety, and range. She works well in offense and defense. There is not a single time where she's weak. Fits in all team comps, and a very good generalist at that. Being the only character who can stay in the air, it's easy to see why she's almost first picked. If you compare her with the rest of the DPS characters, often trade one strength for the other. Now, you're talking about safety, range, and damage. She has huge damage, but that comes at the cost of prediction. Further away you are, more you need to predict. It's not about aim, because she's not a hit scan. You need to predict, and when a rocket flies 2 seconds, within 2 seconds, enemies can change directions. They can avoid or even hide behind a shield. Now, if you don't have someone to heal you, you are screwed. You can't work like this. So that also plays against you. Now, safety. She's never safe. She's constantly flying in the air when she's super visible. That means she's constantly under fire, and if someone can't take her down, she's going down. I've played against terrible Pharahs, I played with them. But hey, let's take a look at what these guys have in his eyes. Tracer and Sombra trade DPS for safety and mobility. What? Well, they are very mobile, they still do DPS, and neither of them are safe. Okay. McCree and Reaper trade mobility for DPS/safety and survivability. McCree does not have safety. He's not a very survivable hero. If you ambush him, he doesn't have any escape mechanisms. Genji, safety for damage, mobility. Still, she's not safe. She's in the air constantly. Soldier has it all, but is a true jack of all trades. He might contest with Pharah for being a generalist and absolutely wrecks people with his ult without aiming too much, but at least he's not flying in the air. This is not... I can't even take this guy seriously. So yeah, he's jack of all trades. Alright, whatever. But he's got everything like Pharah, but he's not flying. Now, that's worse. He's very mobile with his shift. He can run away from you super quickly, while Pharah is in the air and has nowhere to hide, and her only option is to fall, and she might have enemies below her. She doesn't have any quick runaway mechanic. Oh my god, how long? This is... oh my god. This is literally brainwashing me. We're gonna do this the whole episode. Above all these DPS heroes do not have long range. Soldier, McCree. Okay. Then you take a look at Pharah. DPS, safety, and long range. Only if you can predict well. Situational mobility in her shift and an escape on her E. Escape on her E is actually very difficult to use in a useful way. You need to have a skill in order to use it to actually save yourself and not throw yourself into more mess. She's pretty much an offense hero that you want in every team as long as the player is proficient with her. So as long as the player is skilled, you want her. I want the same with Genji and everyone else. Turbulence turrets might auto-aim her, but they take a while to destroy her that the efforts are futile at best. What? I mean, she can't 1v1 a turret. Or maybe even if she can, she's extremely weak afterwards, so it is good. Last year when I joined Overwatch on consoles, oh, now I get it. He's a console player. Torbjorn and Bastion were the very definition of brain dead. They require a low skill ceiling and absolutely destroying coordinated teams. Moving over to PC since last month, I'm sorry about my previous statement, I came to realize that those two had healthy counters and instead it's Pharah and arguably Symmetra who become the definition of brain dead. Symmetra definitely, because not only is the range of her, let's say, when she grabs you with her left click, the distance you need to walk away from her in order to finally disconnect from the beam is much larger than the distance it takes to connect the beam to you, and the beam goes through walls. That is pretty overpowered. Now, everyone has its weaknesses, seriously. To add a final note, it's never about the player's skills but the hero. What? A hero that has it all is certain to be problematic and frustrating to deal with. What the hell? It's irrelevant. If you have 10% accuracy with her, you're not going to do any kills. If you have 100 accuracy, you're going to kill absolutely everything you hit. Oh my god, seriously, how can you even say that? Oh my god, how can you even say that 10% accuracy or 100 accuracy doesn't matter? It's never about player skills. Really. Well, explain to me why I suck at everyone and Seagull is good at everything. It's not about the hero, it's about the skill. And counters, well, they count as well. I don't think her counter should be a flying hero as much as maybe a character who can lock onto people and then fire homing projectiles. If the locking on takes time, I would actually like to see that. You know, slow turning projectiles that travel slowly. Very interesting idea. Okay, that's just an answer. Here comes the Pharah main's downvote. Oh my god, was that just my phone? Oh my god, I nearly had a heart attack. Fuck off. Okay. Who is this guy? He's called Pasta Freak. Going by the designs that Blizzard has launched in the past, I can see how having a hero that fires homing missiles would make sense. Although I personally think that it would destroy fun factors for Pharah main instead. I see Blizzard moving into the direction of aerial heroes at one point. It will create quite a unique meta for some and definitely make for interesting interactions. But as long as Pharah is the only aerial hero in the game, it will never be fun. You see, with aerial heroes, there's a problem. If he stays in the air, he is easy to be picked down, but hard for heroes who are on close quarters because they can't get to him. So if they're gonna go into the air, they will pressure all these other heroes. I understand that Pharah is a direct counter for like Reinhardt or Winston maybe even, but I still think she's not as hard to deal with. Like, I understand that maybe a nerf might be in a place because many people have problems dealing with her because, you know, they can't aim properly and so on, including me. So some nerf would be good, but I don't think she's so overpowered. I think maybe, you know, Symmetra, Mei, those heroes would require some rework. Here comes the Pharah main's downvote. I am not a Pharah main, and I'm still going to downvote you because I just find it absolutely stupid. If there's another flying character, we're gonna need a Symmetra level of aim counter for anti-air, because the hit scan ain't gonna cut it. I could see it being an aerial battle, honestly. Aerial hero versus aerial hero while the heroes on the ground continue fighting on the ground. And then one aerial hero dies, or one team refuses to pick the aerial hero, and the second aerial hero is going to destroy the team on the ground. So, no, I don't think that. I don't think that would be good. Widow would be a good counter, except all the maps don't really favor Widow. Soldier would be good, but his damage drop off makes it too long when Mercy's jerking Pharah off. That's true. McCree, same thing as Soldier. McCree should have maybe increased damage over long range, so that snipe shots are much more better. Just make it so she can fly forever. She's way too high in the sky to aim properly for most people. On consoles, it's hell. On consoles, don't be a console player. You know, this game is not fit for consoles, I think. Maybe because you're an idiot who refuses to read facts presented to you and wants to nerf a character or add an entirely new character because you're too stupid to try different strategies for one character who has been proven time and time again to be one less impactful offense heroes. I used to be kind of respectful towards these threads and lay out the different metrics that proved my side of the argument, but fuck it. I'll just be like everyone else on the official forums. People whining about Pharah are a bunch of idiots who want the game handed to them when they encounter any sense of opposition. Do I have an applause sound on my phone? I think there's nothing better to say about this post. This guy, yeah, he gets it. You know, It's all about how you counter her, how you deal with her. Adding a new character to counter existing ones is stupid. Oh, hi, Sombra. Okay. Look up and shoot her, don't be stupid. I'm not going to say anything about this. We've been here for 20 minutes, reading, speaking, thinking. This post is big as hell. I'm not going to do big posts anymore, I swear. This guy, obviously, he has problems with Pharah. He needs to get more skill with aiming. I have problems with her as well, but I tend to pick heroes that can't nerf her and rather focus on what I can do. Because if you're going to keep on trying to, play heroes that have hit scan, but you can't play them well, you're not going to help your team. You're just going to make matters much worse. So leave it to people who actually focus on hit scan heroes and who are good with them. That is how I roll, and I'm a low platinum player, so I'm happy. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, don't forget to comment and subscribe, and see you next time. Bye!